Well, hi Aquarius, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Aquarius, let's find out what you can expect coming up in your life. Okay, overall energy of your reading is the Nine of Wands. You're feeling at your wit's end about something here. It's like you feel worn out. It's like this staff of fresh starts and new beginnings is holding you up. You're not holding it up. So let's find out why this energy surrounds this entire reading. Up here in your highest energy, now we have the Ten of Wands. You're going to be putting it down. It's not going to last very long because there is no 11 of Wands. So we come from the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands are your two highest energy cards in this reading. So this has become a burden. We can see that with the 9 of Wands. Whatever it is, it's a heavy weight on your shoulders. You can only carry it so long before you have to drop those wands. So let's read on. So you will be coming to the end of this energy of feeling worn out, at your wit's end, drugged through the mud type feeling. So next to this 10 of Wands is the Ace of Swords. Truth, clarity through conversation. That always helps. I think that's what's going to help you release these wands. So you feeling this way is going to come out. I think you're going to talk about it, and it's going to help you to let go of those wands that are right next to the Ace of Swords, that heavy burden. I think you've been feeling left out in the cold. You might be ghosted sometimes with this card. You might be feeling ill. There could be illness involved with this card. But whatever it is, you were at your wit's end, and but I don't think it's illness because there's truth and clarity that's going to help solve this problem here. And you are going to drop those wands. So this is the Five of Pentacles. So this is like feeling rejected, left out in the cold, sometimes ghosted, like I said. So there's somebody in your life who is causing you a burden, actually, more than anything else that I see here. Under the 10 of Wands is the Two of Wands. This is what you're ready to do. You're hanging on to a staff here. Now here you're standing up. You're actually holding up this staff rather than the staff holding you up. In the middle, so you're holding on to this staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with one hand, and you have the world in the other hand. You're ready for a new life cycle. You're ready to move out of this energy and move forward. But you're just standing there right now contemplating on what direction to go in, how you're going to go about this, but you are going to do it. On the other side of the 9 of Wands is the Four of Swords, and this is under the 5 of Pentacles. This tells me that this time that you're spending alone, because this card is about being left alone, you go into states of meditation or prayer, seeking truth and seeking clarity and guidance from the universe. It's very spiritual. See the stained glass windows here. So your time alone that you're spending, a lot of it you are spending doing your soul searching here. And it involves moving forward out of this energy of the 9 of Wands. Under the 2 of Wands is the Devil. This is the card for Capricorn only because of the horns, okay? But the energy of this card is toxic. So that's what's got you feeling this way. Whatever energy it is, it's toxic. And it's something you do need to let go. There might have been a third-party situation going on. But this could be, it's like being tied to something else through someone that you don't want to be tied to. That might be why you were left out in the cold. Whoever is putting you into this state of the 9 of Wands is toxic. Whatever they have attached to them is toxic to you, okay? And you want out. You want out of it. You want to move forward. I have the 8 of Pentacles next to the Devil card. Also, oh yeah, I already told you that that was a card for Capricorn. The Eight of Pentacles is about focusing, working, and building, and I think this is on you, on your future, on your new life cycle, because you've been in this state of trying to figure things out, how to move forward, and you do figure it out. You're not looking at the devil, at this toxic energy at all. You're just focusing on your own security, your own stability, your own groundedness, your own life right here. So that it is going to involve just focusing on you and what's better for you. You know, you don't have to have this toxic energy in your life, and you know it. You absolutely know it, and you figure it out through all this meditation. This has been a spiritual lesson for you. This is right under the Four Swords. All this spiritual, this soul searching that you've been doing. This has been a spiritual lesson. I have the Judgment card here. I have the guardian angels, your spirit guides, blowing this horn down on you, trying to teach you a lesson, to get you to awaken to some thought, some idea. And you are. Look at all these people here. I mean, they're just like, they hear the horn blowing. They're awakening. There's a lot of people awakening right now out there. And I think you're definitely, you are one of them. But you did it. You did it through this other energy. And it was because of this other energy that you were able to learn your spiritual lesson, whatever it is. So let's see what comes next. Because I know I can see that you're ready to move forward, but you're just not quite sure what direction or how to do it. But you're going to move forward. I want to see more. Let's see what else. See what else you need to know, Aquarius. Okay, so I see your spiritual lesson here, and I'll get to it really soon. But let's start with the Sun, which is up in your highest energy. So this is a card of fresh starts and new beginnings. Remember, you're holding that staff here of fresh starts and new beginnings. It's coming in. This fresh start, new beginning, it involves a lot of joy, a lot of love. This is one of the best cards in the whole deck. So things are changing for you. You're putting down the pain. This is the end of toxic energy, the end of being in this state of feeling worn out, at your wit's end. You are moving into this new life cycle. No more pain, no more torturous thoughts, no more. You're moving forward right towards joy. I think it's the end of your confusion in love. I think this card has something to do with your spiritual lesson. I don't think you knew how to choose love or how to recognize how you should be treated in a loving situation. I think you ignored that these cups all have something else in them. So there's really not enough room for love. So these are kind of like poor choices in love. We all make them. And it causes confusion. Like, you know, which one do I pick, or how do I know that it's love? So I think you're going to just kind of put that aside for a while and move into your new life cycle on your own. You're going to focus on yourself here. I have the Fool card right under the Sun on moving forward. There's a couple of issues. No, not just issues. One's an issue. One was an issue. One is happiness. So the Fool. You've been soul searching. It's right next to the Four of Swords. And I think what you've realized is that I think you went into this relationship that put you in this Nine of Wands energy without looking forward. You were only looking up into the clouds. You were dancing along until you find yourself at the edge of a cliff, you know, just living in the moment. So, you know, with the Fool, that's usually what happens. Now, being under the Sun card, that's why we got a couple of things going on, is this joy, this place that you're going to be entering is going to be filled with, what's the right word? It's like jolliness. It's like carefreeness. It's like a weight being lifted from your shoulders. And that's exactly what this 10 of Wands, when you drop those wands, you're going to feel as light as a feather. And it's going to be such a a relief, and it's going to be such an eye-opening experience for you. So, this spiritual lesson was meant to put you into a happy place going through this. So now, and you've learned along the way, okay? That's all part of the spiritual lesson. So when the Fool's looking up and they're not looking forward, they're not thinking about commitment. They're not thinking about the future here. And I think that's what happened in this relationship until it became toxic. So here you are. This is Earth energy. This is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Might be in your chart or around this reading. But more importantly, and they're all male or female. You're looking at that pentacle. This is the second biggest pentacle in the deck. This is what you started looking at, and I think you found out that this other person that was involved in your life that helped teach you this spiritual lesson, whether they know it or not, now you're looking at the pentacle. You do want security. You do want stability. I think you want a committed relationship. You got done with this energy that you were in with someone else. So next to the Queen of Pentacles, I have the Seven of Wands. This is right below the Seven of Cups. So, yeah, you were ignoring, you were in this Fool energy with this other person, had your head in the clouds, you weren't looking towards the future. Now you are looking towards the future. That's when it became toxic. You were blocking those thoughts from coming in and just living in the moment. You were blocking the confusion that you had in the love, right below the Seven of Cups, and just ignoring it. But, you can only ignore things so long before you get into this Nine of Wands energy, which really can wear you out. So, under the Fool energy here, I have the Nine of Pentacles. This is next to your Judgment card. This is what, remember, you're going to focus and work on yourself and build on your own security, your own stability. You're going to find your way out of this, and you are moving forward. So the Nine of Pentacles, awesome. This is being self-confident, self-assured, grounded, stable, just a very, very grounded energy in your life. Very self-confident here as a single person. Okay? This is under the Fool energy. All of this was meant to happen. I got to remind you that with this Judgment card sitting right here. All this praying, all this soul searching. You realize, hey, wait a minute. You don't have to have this toxic energy in your life. You're good just the way you are. And then right next to the Nine of Pentacles and under the Queen of Pentacles, looking at those pentacles, you don't want another relationship that is that you're going to not look toward the future with, okay? So here you are. This is the Three of Wands, the Waiting, Watching, and Wondering card. There's three ships out there. I don't know if you can see them. You're waiting, watching, and wondering what ship is going to come in for you next. So you're moving forward. You're stable, you're confident, you're secure, and you are ready to move forward into a new relationship. I have the Queen of Cups right next to the Three of Wands and under the Seven of Wands. So, no more blocking the not seeing if it's love or not. You're going to, when your ship comes in, at least if you think it is your ship, okay, coming in, you've learned your lesson. Now you're going to pay attention to the love. Now, see, this is the only cup in the whole deck that has a lid on it. There's little windows, and inside that cup are answers to love questions. And the Queen of Cups is trying to peek in those little windows to get answers. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to pay attention to the relationship as you move forward. The next time that you get into a relationship, you learned your spiritual lesson. Queen of Cups, this is water. This is Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer energy. Might be in your chart, might be around this reading. So, no more blocking. Looking at the cups of love, noticing that, it's not really there. There's not enough room for it. You are going to be hyper aware and paying attention when the next person comes in. And in the meantime, you're going to focus on you and your own security and stability. But boy, have you learned a lesson. So I am going to Pull out one more clarifying card, and I have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, the slowest moving energy in the deck. Yeah, they weren't about to offer a pentacle. Whoever this past person was. This is it looks like the horse is not moving, but it is. There's one foot barely in front of the other. It's all about the pentacle. Because the faster that horse moves, the faster that pentacle moves. So it lands right there. That's where it goes. So it's right on top of the 5 being left out in the Colts because they weren't coming forward with the pentacle, and I don't think they ever were going to. And it lands on top of the Sun. It was because of all this energy that you're now entering a better place, a happy, loving, a place full of joy, just your future. This is a card of fresh starts and new beginnings. So you are going to be looking towards that. But with happiness, you're going to change your life all around because you've learned your spiritual lesson here. So, Aquarius, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.